You know, they say no hour of life is wasted when it's spent watching Wild Ambition on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls.
Never heard anyone say that in my
Who
life.
said that?
Six out of 10 doctors agree.
No, that
It was
was
me. I said it. I said it.
No, I have a document of different Wild West quotes to start the stream with.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm working my way down it. That was a Winston Churchill, a bastardized version of Winston Churchill talking about the Wild West, which I found humorous.
Doctors hate him.
Oh yeah. But hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Shy just got here, so we're going to be messing around with the overlay a little bit.
Yay.
Give
Let's
us
play
one
Who's
second, chat.
Yeah.
All right, let's play the game where I have to figure out where people go. It looks like I only need to switch Matt and Cooper.
Oh gosh.
I did it.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
impressive.
But hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. It is our Wild West Pathfinder 2e homebrew extraordinaire campaign, where you'll get to learn all facts, all sort of fun things about the Wild West, including that tumbleweeds are invasive species. Go check out that. It's really cool to learn about tumbleweeds. Oh boy, I may have hyperfixated on that for a few days, but I now know a lot about tumbleweeds. Speaking of things I know a lot about, other programs on this channel. Believe it or not, I actually have my life together. Let's talk about those other programs. Number one, we have on Fridays, The Astral Calling. It's our D&D 5e show. This week, come and see McKenna, Matt, Rosalie, Chad, and Maya take on a starship by themselves as regular people without a starship. It'll be really fun.
Wow.
Then on Saturday we have Salt and Sorcery and Canada Day. Matt and I are going to go for our morning walk with each other, and we'll probably have some stuff to talk about that on stream.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we'll have some stuff to talk about on the walk. I'm like, oh God, what did I do?
I'll bring you right beside the Assiniboine River. I'll be like, Matthew, and then like full like confessional. It'll be fun.
You'll turn around and I'm outsies.
I'll have brought like a collector's pack of Lord of the Rings. I'll open it in front of you. I'll get the one ring. You'll push me into the river, steal the card, run.
I'm gonna go live under a mountain for
Just girly things.
how many years? 300 years was it?
300 years, yeah.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna look at this.
Then, on Sunday, we are down to start a new Sunday stream this week. We won't be having a stream on Sunday this week because I will be celebrating Emily's birthday with her. Then on Monday, Strength of Thousands AP. Very different from this one. It's a magic school. We're on a diplomatic mission in a very scary city, and so far, Team Avi Avi, Ophelia, Charlotte, and Endures in Darkness have managed to get one of the major groups to join up with us, and Igora by themselves has managed to get another one. Then, of course, every Wednesday, you have the League of Amazing Adventurers Wild Ambition. It's what you're watching right now. And speaking of things to watch, we're going to have one more offering in the near future, as I've finally gotten my hands on this lovely little book right here. But what is this book? It's called 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. It's a solo RPG, journaling, where you play a vampire. I'm going to be doing videos of this on TikTok, is my plan. Because there's like a writing prompt for every day, and I think this will be fun sort of daily TikTok content that I can do really quickly and do some like fun voiceover work with. So if you want to see me pretend to be a vampire and all sparkly in the sunlight, go follow our TikTok at Tabletop Rolls. And if you want to see clips from the shows coming up on there, you can also see us there.
Abby and I had very different reactions to that comment.
Abby loves Twilight. Abby and me share a brain cell on this one. I know Twilight is trash, but I love it.
That's what makes it amazing.
Yeah.
I also love Twilight. I don't remember you loving Twilight.
enjoy Twilight. I've read all the books as part of a musical for it.
I had a period in my life where I was very fond of Twilight.
You've seen the Twilight the
Sparkle.
musical. You've seen the Twilight.
Oh, yes, I've seen your musical, but
You've
Matthew
seen-
just said something even more cringe.
He
I
sure did.
heard it too, and I am
sure did.
shocked.
I can't make too much fun of you, Matthew, because I also had that phase. The difference was
I also had that phase.
Hold on,
Uh,
should I go get my derpy plush?
Please don't.
Oh, not that. Not Bubbles.
All right.
I'm learning so much about you guys right now, and it scares me.
Knowledge brings fear. It's the motto of the University of Mars.
Moving right along, of course, before we get started with our show, it's important that I introduce the people who are on it, the reason why you are all here. So tonight, I'm just going to go in order of... I don't know. Overlay. Let's go in overlay order. So we're going to start from the bottom with Lorgar, played by Matt. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing pretty well. How is everyone doing tonight? Because I'm doing pretty well. I have no idea where that sentence was going.
Everyone thought that I was going to say we're going to start from the bottom and we were immediately going to go Cooper, but I threw them off. But now we're going to Cooper. Cooper is playing Christine tonight. How are you doing, Cooper?
Howdy. I'm doing great.
That's good to hear. Next up is Christine's better half, the person responsible for all of the artwork you see here on this channel, as well as a very applicable video about wizards today on TikTok. It's McKenna of at McKenna Ray Art.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know about better half, but like, we are
You hate
sure
me.
sisters.
Sisters.
I did sure do the
never
art.
such to be a sister.
Sisters. I am playing Christine Madeline.
You're playing Christine Madeline?
Is that what I said? Fuck,
Yes.
Listen, hi everyone. It's 8:15 and I'm already tired because I'm an old lady now. I'm
buddy.
playing Honey Madeline. And I'm a little distracted because my Roll20 is not working at all. So I may have to, and by have to I mean get to, use actual dice tonight.
The goblin brings out her horde.
The dragon brings out her horde, more like it.
And
Well.
if you wanna hear me talk about dice and other interesting things, you can check me out on McKenna Ray Art on all of the places, but mainly TikTok.
Yes, the Clock app. Speaking of the Clock app, someone else who does pretty well on there, we have, actually, technically speaking, the second person that I met in this group when I was at college, Abby. Playing Dee Dee, because I met Abby before I met Cooper, but I met Shy first. But anyway, Abby. Abby's World's
Oh,
the stage.
shit.
Follow her on TikTok. Go follow her
That's
new
me.
account.
Yes. So I've got a new account called the Anna Chronicles. Anna is spelled AHNA. And it's an account to promote the books I've been writing, which all take place in the world of Anna, although different books take place on like the different continents. So you should give it a follow and learn more about the world.
And in her comments section, bully her into running a one-shot in the world on here.
Oh.
Just the little things.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit of bullying. Speaking of a little bit of bullying, someone who sometimes does so to me, Shy playing Darla.
Hi, I'm
Sometimes.
shy.
Just a
I have
little.
attachment issues.
Me too, buddy.
Me three,
Me
buddy.
fucking too.
Hi, Shy.
Hi.
Hi, Shy.
Hi, Shy. Shy is playing Darla tonight. Shy Not Shy, go buy her single.
Ooh.
I've been playing it nonstop. It's kind of a bop.
Yay.
It do be bopping.
I've even added it to my driving playlist, which is just all the songs from Ruby, but now it also has Shy's song in it interlaced.
A
My
bop
song
to
would fit
aspire
Ruby.
to.
Like roses.
You know what? I'm gonna quick add it to a very specific playlist on Spotify.
Do it. Shy will be able to see it.
Ooh.
And
That's the best part about Spotify.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a few folk artists who probably see the playlists I've put their music on and are like, this person is odd.
Why
This
did
man
he do
is
that?
deranged.
They're like,
speak-
unhinged.
Speaking of someone who is not unhinged, and someone who is awesome in general, we have Zoe.
Those are not
Playing
mutually
Twitty.
exclusive.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and I'm most definitely unhinged lately. I'm so tired, but I'm excited to be here with my friends. All right, I'm playing Twitty, who is our thaumaturge, who has the worst rolling luck of this group so far. I would
So
believe.
far.
So far.
Yeah.
So far.
I couldn't kill a single dog thing that was attacking a child.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
I didn't help in
eventually-
any of those fights, so
We all had to take pity on me and run off.
Eventually, I didn't take pity on you, Matt. It's like fate. Sometimes the battles are scripted, and they go a certain amount of time, and as long as you survive, you win it.
Don't you patronize me?
Eh. Would you rather be dead?
Mom and Dad are
Maybe.
fighting again.
I have
feel
my
like-
self-destructive pride.
I feel like in that relationship, Matt would be like the breadwinner of the family. Anyway, hi, I'm Will at Tabletop Rolls on the internet.
What is happening?
And you can check us out on all of our socials, like YouTube. New upload schedule for YouTube. This show is going to be going up, at least for the next few weeks, on Sundays on our YouTube channel, just because I feel bad keeping Matt up to midnight as it is. I don't want to make Matt have to rush to do a thumbnail right after the episode to put it up. So we're going to let Matt sleep.
I mean, we could give a huge RP session to a few of the people, and I could literally work on it while we sit here.
No.
I got
Alright.
Photoshop right there. It's a little blue box.
Well, speaking of little blue blocks, it's time for me to push my little blue blocks
Oh.
and run that intro. Last time on Wild Ambition,
Pew pew.
our party had successfully delivered some cattle to Lady Rosinda Petra at her ranch, just to the south of town. After spending a night in the ranch's main house, they were transferred back to Gull Line, where they discovered that the Gull Line was in the midst of preparing for a festival to celebrate the town's 30th anniversary. Over the next few days, our party began helping out around the town to get this festival set up, including, but not limited to, Twitty starting to get things ready for a stand, Christine starting to figure out security. In addition to that, we had Dee Dee being offered the chance to perform at the festival as a bit of a headline and act. Dee Dee was asked to help out with Gimbal and Grembel's preparations, and Lorgar helped out in their own way by collecting items from outside the town to be used by the folks inside the town. In addition to that, a certain character, an NPC, Alec Wimble, the owner of the general store, had plans to display an orb. Upon Sylvia's instruction, Honey was asked to investigate what this orb was in hopes of writing a little bit of a piece about it. While doing so, Honey discovered the orb's true nature, that being a key to a very powerful, some might call it, ancient superweapon of sorts. Upon this discovery, Sylvia, not telling Honey what the key would do and what the thing it would open up would be other than it being real dangerous,
Bitch.
ran off to Alec to convince them not to display the orb. While doing so, Twitty overheard everything.
Everything.
And is now sort of been clued in to what the orb does. In addition to that, while she was out, Honey began to dig through Sylvia's personal belongings, where she discovered correspondence with a larger newspaper from Corvangeline that was extolling the virtues of Honey Madeline as a journalist, writer, and a person in general. Feeling maybe a little bit guilty, although I don't know if Honey
Not at
can
all.
feel guilt. I don't
Not
know if
even
Honey.
remotely.
I don't know if Honey can feel
That's
guilt.
my sister.
She just knows how to quit when she's ahead. There's a difference.
Oof.
Well, Honey decided to quit while she was ahead and got out of there before Sylvia returned.
Honey, unlike Cooper, knows how to quit when she's ahead.
And yeah, we are actually going to be picking up in that morning, the morning of the festival. It's about 10 a.m. because Lucinda doesn't like waking folks up in the early morning.
Good for her.
But she has sent some folks to come and knock at y'all's doors, and she sent like a person to come to Lorgar's cave and sort of, Lorgar! Wake up, Lorgar! And get Lorgar. Fetch Lorgar, as she actually would like to meet with you all before the festival begins today.
Lorgar wishes that people would be more scary of the strange cave out in the desert.
No.
I got paid a gold piece to do this. Fears nothing when there's gold on the line. Lorgar.
Gold line?
Oh, Lorky.
You can go now.
Alright, you got the message?
Yep.
Can you confirm that you are Lorgar?
That entirely depends on how trustworthy you are.
I mean, I'm just a simple town crier.
Get the hell out of here.
Alright. Runs off.
I crawl back under my blanket.
Me too,
Just a little
Lorgar.
moss blanket.
Shut up. It's a good blanket.
Druid teens.
Just druid things.
You've all been sort of invited to a conference room in Yucca's Inn. Dee Dee, because you are going to be in the conference, Maya has basically been told that she has to serve like coffee to everyone and such.
Oh no.
And yeah, as you are all kind of sitting around the table waiting for Lucinda, Maya comes in with like a little coffee cart, and she said, "All right, Dee Dee, I got you just the way you like it."
Oh, thanks, darling.
Puts it down onto the front of you. Sheriff, here you go. I put cream and sugar on the side. I know you like to take it black sometimes, but sometimes you add a little. So there's a little something for you. Miss Honey Madeline, here you go. Dee Dee,
Thank you, kindly.
here you go. Have this like lovely little bit. It's been a while since I've seen you. Oh, not Dee Dee. Darla! Fuck. My head is empty. I was looking
close.
at Abby. Darla! Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you in town. I hope you're doing well, dear.
Darla stops looking at the sun and looks at her and goes, "Uh-huh."
All right, well, I got you a nice little cup of coffee. Wake you up this morning. Twitty, here you go. And Lorgar, I apologize. I don't actually know if you drink coffee. So I got you like a little bit
I mean,
of
I drink
everything.
I drink bean soup on occasion, apparently.
Oh, all right.
Bean soup.
Well, you enjoy this piping hot cup of bean soup then.
I will.
All right.
Bean soup.
Sheriff, if you all need anything, just give us a holler. And she kind of like smiles at everyone, noticeably avoiding Honey's gaze.
Is my coffee fucked up? Did
No,
she
it's
mess with
fine.
it?
She's fine. I mean, the coffee looks fine. And she just kind of like scoots out of the room. If you
It's
want,
got a
you can-
skull latte art.
If you want, you can make a
Yeah.
perception check on the coffee to
Yeah.
notice anything off about it.
Ooh, well, that's a 2 on the die face, so I'm just gonna assume I don't.
I
I don't think I need to add 6 to tell you that it's an 8.
mean, it seems fine. It seems like coffee.
All right, fine.
You drink it, nothing's wrong with it.
Mm. Not that I realize
Yet.
yet.
A likely story.
A likely story.
And yeah, as you are all sort of polishing off those coffees, Rosinda walks into the room, not commanding attention with anything she does, but her presence having, that certain je ne sais quoi to her.
Je ne sais quoi.
As she enters the room, she just gives you all like a very warm smile, and she says, "So I wanted to talk to you all today about the matter that we had discussed at my estate. You see, it has been 5 long years since my mining operation got shut down.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause people having issues in the mines, some folks becoming very ill, some folks passing, unfortunately. I'd like you all to do a little bit of an expedition for me. Don't put yourself into any danger. If you see a big glowing rock, don't go near it, that type of thing. But if possible, I'd like you all to investigate the mines. Now, the miners that did pass were only miners that have been in there for days on end. So as long as you ain't spending more than a week in the mines, you should be fine. But I'd like you all to investigate what's going on in there for me, and maybe find out if there's a way that we can get it up and running again. Get some gold flowing back into the town. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe if you stop putting children in there, you'd get a better. I just feel like putting minors in there doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Oh,
Darla,
no,
Darla, you
no.
sweet, sweet, sweet.
I
innocent
got this.
thing.
I got this. Darla, how are you doing on your letters, dear?
Oh dear.
Your ABCs?
I was supposed to be writing letters.
That's a-okay. Mine ers, but then you see Honey starts like spelling it, like grabs a little notebook and like it doesn't work. But she does try.
Children workers just seem very inefficient.
No, I don't.
Darla. So you know how you just spend a little bit of time staring up at the sun?
Oh boy.
And you know the word for somebody's child that's a boy is also son?
Oh, okay.
But they don't mean the same thing.
Got it.
Minor, son.
Darla falls in love with the sun, thinking it's a boy.
Different.
Not to be
That's why
confused with
she's been
Yue the
staring at it.
Moon.
That's why she's been staring at it. He is so hot, y'all.
Rough buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Also, it just occurs to me, did the bean soup come in a mug?
Yeah.
No, it's
How do you guys think Lorgar drinks from a mug?
Not well.
I think it's a big mug, and he sort of
From the side?
sticks his big lizard snout in there, and there's just kind of like a
Big
uses
straw.
his whole crocodile snout as a big straw.
He can do the tube thing with his tongue, but it's so long.
Exactly.
Like a straw.
Ew.
Oh, that's terrible because when you drink hot liquid through a straw, it gets hotter.
But what
Yeah.
if the straw is your tongue?
Burnt.
Yeah. Lorgar's just in the back like, ow, 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 ow.
Pobrecito.
Let me get this boy some ice.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk!
Low key, put it in one of those things that pour the cream so he can just pour it in.
Oh,
Oh my god. No, he needs one of the milk straws.
maybe if he doesn't want to use his snout as a straw, he just like cranks that thing all the way open and just like pours.
Or I just have a wooden straw and I just bear the heat.
And then it catches
He's
on
from the desert.
fire.
You can't use a metal straw because druid.
Nope, can't use a metal straw.
Mm.
Ooh. Okay.
We good now,
Anyway.
friends?
Um.
Who
I don't think
knows?
we ever are, but
Yeah.
Anyway, what were
so-
you asking, Mom?
I'm sorry, what?
Huh? Miners.
Did you just call Rescinda mom?
No.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
pretty
I.
sure you
Oh.
just heard. Sorry,
Oh,
I don't
boy.
mean to laugh, but it was kind of funny.
All right. Well, moving right along from that.
Honey has an expression on her face that tells you she will not be moving on from that. At least not mentally.
So funny.
I would like you all to investigate the mines for me. Try to discover what was making the miners sick. Try to maybe put a stop to it if you can. And there's a couple of folks who didn't make it out of the mines. Now, I don't anticipate them being alive, but if you could maybe find a keepsake for their families, I know that Balti, at the very least, would appreciate something from his mom and pa if you can find them.
I know how to do that. I know how to loot the dead. That one I get. That makes sense.
All right.
Darla, when you loot a body, have you ever given something that you found back to that person's family?
No.
So this is lack looting, but there's an extra step where you go and return the items that what you looted to.
Got it.
There you go. There you go.
But other than that, that would be the job if you all are interested in it. I can already
What's
tell.
pay?
I can tell you that it would help the town immensely. Looks over to you, Christine. Payment's
What's
a
the
little
pay?
bit. Payment's a little bit
Sorry.
up in the air for this one, I'm afraid. I have a certain amount set aside for it,
They don't have enough rocks.
but I don't know what would be a fair price to give you for it without knowing what's actually in there.
Well, whatever's in there is enough to be killing people, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. And it's why I am... There were a number of valuables left in there. Folks aren't going to miss if you take them. In addition to that, if I am able to get the mine up and running again, I would be more than happy to give you all a stake in it.
That's a pretty big if, though.
It is a pretty big if.
I can see Darla already getting ready for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine having to explain the concept of residual income to Darla?
I'm pretty sure she already thinks steak is a piece of meat.
It's rocks for later.
I do love rocks.
If you are able to make the mines operable again, there will be that. I have enough in my purses right now to offer you each about 200 gold ahead for the gig.
Ye
All
doggies.
Definitely sounds a little more fair than what I thought we were gonna be seeing.
So
It's a lot more than 8. I like it.
Darla.
It is a lot more than 8, Darla.
That is a lot of rocks. Yes,
so
it is.
consider that the minimum. If
I'm
that's
in.
something that fancies your...
Oh, it fancies.
It's very fancy.
Fancy it does.
And it will just be you all. I won't be sending the twins on this one. I don't
Oh, thank
Bless your
Thank
heart.
God.
I don't think they would be able to handle it. Plus, the old town, like Gauline's old town, and the little village built around the mine in town might be a little bit dangerous, and I don't want to send them into anything that would get them killed.
Let's be
They had a hard enough time with
realistic.
the cows.
Exactly.
And we're gonna need as much luck as we can get.
Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm sitting.
What's your timeline for this? We do have that festival going on.
I mean, festival's today, so I was thinking y'all could head out maybe first thing in the morning tomorrow or the day after. Get it done as soon as we can.
Let's do the day after. Just, everyone's gonna be imbibing at the festivities.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's the
leave it up
matter,
to you.
honey? You can't shoot when you're imbibing?
Oh, I can absolutely shoot when I'm imbibing. It's a matter of what I'm gonna hit.
That a girl.
I do hear it does harm the performance.
I don't know about that. Regardless, let's do day after tomorrow.
Day after it is. All right.
At the end, if this is this like the end of the discussion?
Yeah, she's sort of like looking towards you all to see if you have any questions.
I'm gonna want a word with her by myself once everyone is done, just as a heads up. Well,
Well, I mean, ask her then.
alone.
Ask her then.
Oh.
Ask her then, Matt.
Ask her for, yeah, like
Some
ask her
alone
for
time.
some alone time.
You gotta role
Well, no,
play it.
I'm just gonna wait until everyone else is leaving.
Fair enough. Does anyone else have any questions?
You got
guys
any
wanna come see
snacks
my
while we're
rocks?
here?
I didn't really. It was so early in the morning. I didn't think.
I
Snacks
found a
came to
really
mind.
cool blue one the other day.
Ooh.
Good for you.
When you were staring at the sun, you found a rock?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of impressive.
It is.
I think one of the kids in town might have thrown it at her.
Oh, Darla. At least they threw her a pretty one this time.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. All right, Racinda, thank you greatly. We'll be on our way.
All right. Y'all enjoy the festival. I'm going to be doing a little speech in it today at some point, but there's a lot of
Oh.
activities to be had around, so take your
I
time.
look forward to it.
Enjoy it. And she just
Oh,
kind of.
wait a minute. Quick question. I believe there were some representatives for Corvangeline coming tonight. Anything that we need to watch out for?
Not anytime soon. They were heading this way in the near future. They weren't coming for the festival. They
Interesting.
probably honestly won't be back until you're done with the mining gig, if the timelines are correct.
What business do they have out here if they're not coming out for the festival?
A couple of folks with the railroad company are coming down to plant the ceremonial last stake at the end of the line, take pictures and all that. Lots of stuff for the council. Hopefully
Right.
none of their members come with them. They're bringing a ranger though with them, with the League of Amazing Adventurers. From my
A
understanding.
ranger.
One of the League's rangers. Just to out of character for a minute, when I say ranger, I don't literally mean like ranger like title ranger.
Gotcha.
Like
Not the
Tex-
class.
not the class ranger necessarily, but think like
the-
Texas Ranger.
The park ranger.
Like high up Wild West Ranger. Cha-ching.
They're gonna get after everyone for littering.
Wild West Park Ranger. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got it.
Um, if they're sending who I think they will, they're a good fellow. You might get on with them pretty well. Helped me get out of town. Anyway. Let's see. Other than that, anything else I can answer? Any questions tickling your fancy? Any fancies tickling your questions?
Not that I
No,
can
ma'am.
think of.
All
I'll
right.
be seeing you later.
Have yourselves a wonderful time at the festival.
You as well.
All right. As everyone makes their way out of the room, Lorgar, you slink behind.
What is the lady's full name again?
Rocinda Petra.
Miss Petra. I was wondering if I might have a word in private.
Of course, Lorgar, I'm happy to have a discussion with you. She just kind of sits down.
I'm quickly to go to the door that everyone left, open it, and see if anyone's standing at the door.
Are any of you standing at the door?
Nah.
Fair enough.
All right. I close the door then, and then I walk across the room. Miss Petra, I have a proposition for you that I'm hoping you may find amenable. First of all, I must say your offered reward for this task seemed mighty generous, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you including me. I know I'm not the most friendly cactus in the patch, so to speak.
No, but you know your way around the wilds, Lorgar, and I find that that would be very valuable to all of them with the amount of roughnecking they might have to do along the way.
Well, I will endeavor to provide the best service to this motley crew as I can, but in regards to the reward, I had an alternative suggestion that I wanted to put out on the stoop and see if the cat licked it up, so to speak.
If it's of similar value, I'm happy to provide it if I can.
Well, that is the quandary, so to speak. The thing I had in mind is of dubious value at the moment.
All right.
You see, I have recently been made aware that a new artifact has come into town, into the shop, and I know it is going to be on display at the upcoming festival.
Oh, interesting.
And I was wondering if enough goodwill is accumulated through this new task that you might use your influence and good name and charming disposition around town to perhaps grease the wheels, so to speak, on allowing me to maybe just even given the opportunity to purchase this at perhaps a bit of a discount. I would forego any of the 200 gold if you could make this happen.
I didn't take you as a person with interest in archaeology, Lorgar. This is very intriguing.
In all honesty, ma'am, as I do not wish to lead you down the incorrect path, I don't. This is a singular interest with this very specific artifact.
Well, if it's something that I can help with, I will gladly help you with it, Lorgar.
Well, I am mighty grateful to that. Well, I have taken enough of your time this day. Thank you for lending me your ear. And Lorgar just gets up and leaves with a very polite bow of his long head as he opens the door and leaves.
Oh, Lorgar.
Yes?
Before you go, could you handle one small task as a favor to me?
What might that be?
When you're traveling, keep an eye on Twitty for me. Keep him safe.
Oh, both, as often as I can spare them.
Thank you.
Mom?
I bemoan what her mother would do to me if she found out that I put her in any sort of danger.
I'll betcha she's moaning because of her
Well,
mother.
Oh. I mean, it's still
don't
it's
have
still
a-
June, isn't it?
I don't have a fan yet.
Happy
so
Pride, man!
Hi, gay. Happy Pride.
Copic marker.
Oh
here's
my.
fan. Let me give a little.
I don't have a fan yet, so Copic marker bonk.
One day I want to know the history of
Not
how
quite
the
the same
fan
effect.
became a just sort of like a oh my kind of thing.
Fan language.
Is
Fan
it
language,
is this
yeah.
It's the
is it
gays.
linked to the original fan language or is
Fan language.
It's like
fan language and also the gays?
Okay.
also the gays?
Also the gays.
Well, the gays are
That's what I
just
said.
in with all the trends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gays? Trendy?
In this
Most
economy,
of them, Cooper.
In this economy.
How could you say that to me?
You know what?
On live television.
On this, the day of his daughter's wedding.
On this, the day of my daughter's wedding.
That's
Cooper
why.
defending their trendiness with the keyblade fully visible in the background.
I'm not,
Get it, Will. Get it.
You're trending? Relax.
I cannot make any comments ever about the Keyblade because of
Because of the body pillow in your back.
yes.
Because of the body pillow.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got frogs that stream can see, so I'm good.
And magic cards. You already lost points.
I'm
Uh-huh.
a word that's not family friendly. And this
Cigarette
is a
emoji,
family
cigarette emoji,
friendly
cigarette emoji.
stream.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Moving right along.
Fair enough.
Yeah, as you're leaving, Lorgar, Lucinda just kind of stands up. It just kind of walks towards the window, and as she's looking out the window, we kind of go down to see everyone else starting to walk out. As you're all walking out, Dee Dee, you see as you're walking down the stairs, Maya just notices you all walking down the stairs and just dips into the back room. Upon seeing Honey starting to exit, she just...
Go on back to the back room. Hey there, Maya. You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little bit unnerved is all.
Oh, darling. You want to talk about it? Sometimes that just helps get the jitters out.
Make me a diplomacy check.
A bard making a diplomacy check. I feel like that's got something to do with charisma, so this should be okay. Yeehaw?
23.
Yeehaw.
I'm just a little bit unnerved by some of the company you keep sometimes. Miss Honey Madeline has an air about her that makes me feel regrettably uncomfortable.
I see. Well, not everyone's for everyone. I understand that completely. There were plenty of weirdos back outside the swamp that I would never like to see again. But if you don't mind me asking,
She just puts her
when
hand
did this
on.
start?
She puts her hand on your hand, Dee, and just says, "Promise me you'll be careful around her."
I promise, sweetheart.
Okay.
No one's more careful than old Dee Dee.
It's been since I've seen you. You know those people that just give you a bad vibe when you see them?
I'll be quite honest. My vibe dar, if you will, is not completely on par. Like, you heard the story of my ex
considering
and all
your
that.
ex, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh no, her gaydar's broken.
to put it quite
Oh, no.
frankly, when I'm around Honey Madeline, you ever have a sweater that's really itchy that just makes you constantly uncomfortable?
Why, yes, I've had
When
one or two of those.
When I'm around Honey Madeline, it's like I'm wearing 6 of them.
Oh, dear, darling. Are you sure you're just not, like, allergic to her perfumes?
I don't know, Al. I think, Dee Dee, I can promise you that it is nothing about Honey's outward self that gives me that vibe.
She's ugly on the inside, is what she's saying.
Thank you.
Well, I'm
My
certainly not
sister?
one to judge.
Just be careful.
Absolutely not.
Dee Dee, she may seem sweet, but I don't want you getting shot in the back.
Well, I'll be sure to write a song just in case that happens. But don't you worry about me. I wouldn't let you take a double shift if I have a say about it.
Thanks, Dee Dee. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too. Now get yourself some coffee. I'll work the front a little bit.
You see her like almost like go to hug you, but she like stops herself and says, "Yes, I will do that." And she goes and.
Wait, I stop her before she goes. I'm like, honey, do you want a hug?
No,
I can offer.
No, it's fine. She walks away. Dee Dee, this is an interesting thing. She's never like made physical contact with like a person.
Intriguing.
Like, now you're thinking about it, it's like I've never seen her like hug someone. Like she shakes people's hands, but I've never seen her hug a person or anything like that.
Well, she does say she's got sensitive skin, so I guess that tracks.
But yeah.
I'll just work the front, get back to work.
Fair enough. The festival, by the time you're out of your meeting, is in full swing. And actually, Yucca just kind of walks up to you as you start working in the front, and they just put like their branchy hand on your shoulder, Dee Dee. Dee Dee.
That's me?
Enjoy the festival today. You've earned a rest. Besides, you're performing this evening.
Oh, that's right. I better warm up.
I finally settled on a voice I like for Yucca.
Nice.
Now, back to work I go. And they just start tending the bar.
Oh, Yucca.
So, outside, the festival is a bumpin'. There is a number of things in the town for everyone to do. There is There is a number of stalls that have like a shop set up. Right now, Alex Familiar Zoe is tending to Twitty's shop area. There's a large stage that has a number of like events on it going throughout the day, including a theatrical recreation of the town's founding. There is a number of like fair games that have been set up, including a cornhole tournament.
Cornhole.
And there's just, general festivity. There's like a big open sort of buffet area that's constantly being restocked with food by Yucca and being kept cool and under control. And otherwise, the festival is sort of open for you all to enjoy as you like. But it wouldn't be a Pathfinder game without a subsystem.
Oh.
So, whilst you are all enjoying the festival today, we are going to be doing a number of events based on what you all decide that your characters want to do. And during those events, you'll be able to earn things called Festival Fever Points. Yes, I am borrowing the name from Lantern Rite. No, I do not care. Festival Fever Points, which are going to basically be a mechanical way of knowing how good the festival is. Is it going to be a Woodstock or a Fire Festival? That type of thing.
Terrible. I hated that. But you're so right.
And he should say it.
So it's going to be up to you what you all want to do, but this is like a sort of big social challenge, essentially. The festival does have a big sort of wind-up. In addition to Dee Dee's performance, at the end of the night, they are doing a big competitive hoedown.
A hoedown?
A
Hoedown?
hoedown. A big competitive hoedown that actually has a prize. A lovely pair of shoes. Like these like beautiful black suede shoes. As a prize. That they are magical. They're a magical item from Alex stock that is up for the grabs. So, I think for ease, I'm going to do what Matt did on Monday, and I'm going to go in Zoom order.
Oh boy.
The festival is going to be broken up into basically the morning, the early morning, the lunch, afternoon, late afternoon, and then there's the final thing. So you're going to have 5 activities each that you get to do at this festival. And Christine, we are going to start with you. What is the first thing Christine does at the festival?
Christine.
This is a Cooper question, not
Okay.
a Christine question. What on God's green earth is cornhole?
So
Oh,
it
God.
is the game where you have like a wooden plank that has a circle cut out in it, and you stand on the other, about 5 feet away from it behind another wooden plank with the same circle, and there's a person on the other side. You have a beanbag, and you try to underhand toss the beanbag into the circle. And it's sort of like horseshoes, but with beanbags.
White trash rednecks just don't call it anything, I guess. I didn't know that's what cornhole was.
That is
Yeah.
that is cornhole. That is the actual name for that game.
Cornholio.
Oh
Jesus.
boy.
Christine will have a go at a cornhole.
If you'd like, I can link you a Wikipedia article about it.
No, it's fine. But I appreciate it.
There is professional
There is
cornhole.
professional cornhole.
There is.
There,
It
there's
is.
there's regulation cornhole boards. There's an entire thing on HGTV about
Oh.
building a good built board.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
When you're watching, it's just like sink, 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 sink.
Oof.
You're like,
All right, so you're going to go play some cornhole.
Give it a shot, why not?
All right, Cooper, you make your way over there, and you kind of see standing behind it, just kicking a whole bunch of kids' butts at it, is Balti. Balti has just been on a hot streak. They are tossing the beanbag, it's landing in, it's like sink, 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 sink. And on Balti's shoulder now is a lizard. About a little bit under a foot long.
A baby.
It's really grown over the last few days. And it's just kind of sitting on Balti's shoulder, and its like tongue is like sticking out every now and then. Like,
something about that just rings wrong to me.
No, lizards
Hanging out with Lorgar too much.
Lizards taste the air like that. That's like a common
Oh,
thing.
I know.
It's
But
like he's smelling.
lizard.
Yeah.
Lizard.
Lizard.
Lemon.
So are you going to go head to head with Balti?
I'll give it a shot, sure.
Oh, Sheriff! Yay! I'm so excited.
She doesn't really acknowledge him.
I hope you're doing really well today, Miss Christine. You know, you're like one of the strongest people in town. I look forward to our game.
Well, at least you know what's up, bud.
Yeah. All right. So standard tournament rules. Basically, when you lose, you go back to the back of the line. I've not had to go to the back of the line yet. I'm really happy about that. Yeah, that's really it. All right. So you toss it. You try to get it in the hole.
Okay.
All right. It's first one to 5 wins.
All right.
All right. Christine, it is a athletics check to toss a beanbag with accuracy.
Slay.
So if you'd like, you can make me an athletics check for your first beanbag.
Oh, I get first throw.
Yeah, Balti gives you first throw.
When we started tonight, who thought we would be using Pathfinder and Roll20 to throw beanbags?
I just work here.
You don't count well.
Fair enough. Yeah, your first one sinks in. Balti goes and says, "Oh, that was a really good shot, Sheriff. Good job." Balti picks up their beanbag and just like lets out an underhand toss, and they sink it too. Oh, look at that! I got another one. Your throw. Nice. That is another success. Christine, you sink another one. Balti's like, "Oh, good job!" And they pick up their beanbag and they toss it, and it sinks. Aha! Got it. Good job. And it just kind of like scratches the lizard. Thanks for being my good luck charm, buddy.
I want to fight the lizard.
Yeah, like something inside of me wants to just do something to this lizard, but I don't think it's warranted. Christine's evil, but she's not a bitch.
Christine,
Yeah, she is.
third beanbag. Ooh, that one goes a little bit wide. Do you want
I
to
will
use your
hero
point?
point that, yeah.
It hits like the edge. It looks like it's not going to sink, but it just barely tips in. Oh, that was close, Sheriff. Here, let me. And then Balti throws it, and it just goes right in again.
Does he not have to roll, Will?
No, he's just tossing them in. It's 3 for 3. Christine, you're up.
This feels rigged.
I will use my last hero point.
Fair enough. 18. Yeah, once again, you throw it. It looks like it's not going to make it, but it just like barely slides in. You're at 4. One more and you make it. Balti also makes their last one. Christine, do me a favor. Make me, as you're going to make this last shot, a little bit of perception check.
Oh, god damn it.
So do me a favor. You're going to roll athletics, but I need you to roll twice and take the lowest result. 17. You toss it in, and there's a gust of wind that just like almost pushes the beanbag off force, but you threw it with enough force, it lands in there. And Ball's like, "Oh, good job, Sheriff, you won!"
Cheating bastard.
Gust of wind on a beanbag? Goodness, that must be quite the wind.
And Balti just goes to the back of their line, and like another kid comes up, And basically, for like the first like couple hours of this festival, you can beat as many children at this game that you would like.
As she should.
And
What
you've earned a festival fever point for that.
Fun. Okay. I would like to say, for the purposes of like moving the event along for her, Christine will whoop one more kid's ass and realize that she wasn't really interested in playing cornhole. She was interested in beating the first kid. And then just like
Being
leaves.
the alpha cornholer.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
He just looked smug.
Oh yeah, Balti was looking really impressed with himself. Upon Christine's like leaving, a few more kids go. Balti eventually gets back up, and they just start dominating again.
I bet he does.
Oh man.
Let's jump right on now then to Dee Dee. I almost said Corellia. Dee Dee, what are you doing for the first little bit of the festival? Also, you're muted.
Eating.
Eating.
I want to eat.
You're going to the
Me
food
too.
table?
I want that good food.
All right, they have a breakfast buffet right now. It is
Yeah.
eggs, bacon, breakfast burritos.
Oh,
Burrito?
Burritos.
Burritos.
Breakfast burritos.
Ugh.
Believe it.
Burritos.
if there's an eating contest, I'm in.
Do you want to start one?
I would love to start an eating contest.
Yeah, you start getting
Who can
some
eat the
folks
most burritos?
together, and yeah, like Yaka's like, oh, I like that. I like this. Let's make this an official event, shall we? And like they sort of like get some calling out going, and a number of people come and join at the breakfast burrito eating contest. There's 6 people right now. Each of you has a plate of 12 breakfast burritos in front of you. And Yucca says, all right, folks, y'all are going to have an unlimited amount of time to finish these 12 breakfast burritos. But there's a little bit of a twist. Since we want to make this a contest, I've added increasingly hot sauces to each of the burritos.
Oh.
Meaning that every breakfast burrito you eat will get increasingly more spicy. Up into the 12th one, where all the breakfast where it will be the spiciest of all of the breakfast burritos. You'll each be given a single glass of water, and the first person to finish will win, let's say, free drinks for a week at my restaurant.
Yeehaw.
So, are we all ready to begin?
Ow.
And then Yucca like takes like their vine and like extends it into like a whip and cracks it. Begin. And yeah, the eating contest begins. Hey Abby,
Yeah.
the first burrito. This is all about speed. So can you make me a acrobatics check to just scarf down a burrito as quickly as you can, or maybe a fortitude save if you want to just like try to get it all in one bite and not have to breathe, something along those lines for this first one.
I think I'm gonna do fortitude.
All right, make me a fort save.
I didn't hear it go bloop.
I did not
Gonna
hear
try
that
again.
bloop either.
There it is.
Dewdrop,
Oh, that's
you
slower.
open your mouth and you just put that burrito in and swallow. None of the heat even registers, and you manage to get a pretty good lead. Everyone's still keeping up though. Second burrito.
Another fortitude.
Yep.
Ooh,
Ooh, you're getting a little bit slower on those burritos. But there's now a bit of a crowd gathering. How much of a show of this do you want to make? I'm curious.
I want to make the show of shows. I'm a bard.
Mhm.
You are a bard.
Make me a performance check. Let's see how entertaining this eating
Oh,
contest
yeah,
is.
let's
This is
go.
the pre-show.
This is gonna get messy. Look out, you're in the splash zone.
Yeah, you start basically like hyping up the eating contest as you're eating. It's why that one takes a little bit less time, so you're falling behind. But people are really, really enjoying this. You get a festival fever point.
Yay.
Boop. All right, make me another fortitude save.
Yeehaw, let's go. Just need to get my thing to load. There we go. Fortitude. Ooh.
Listen, there are some folks who really like eating these breakfast burritos, and this third one, it's getting kind of hot. It's a little bit spicy. Make me another fortitude save. Let's see if you're
Let's
going to be in on
go.
this. 11. The fourth one, it goes down quicker. You're catching up. You're at number 5. Make it.
Come on, let's go.
Oh,
Yay!
and number 5 goes down so fast. 6 goes down, and you are now caught up with
Nice.
first place. Make me another one. You have 6 more burritos to go.
Let's go. Ooh.
Oh, but that 7, it does not hit you well. It takes you slowing down. You're 1 place behind. Make me another fort save. 8, though, you
Okay.
managed to keep pace. Another fort save. You're keeping pace. You're catching up. You're back neck and neck with the first person. You got 2 more to make. Make me another fort save. Boom! You're pulling ahead. It's all coming down to this. There's only 2 burritos left, but these ones are the hottest of hot sauces that are available to Yucca. Make me your 11th fortitude save. You scarf that burrito down. People are cheering. The closest other person to you is finishing theirs. It's neck and neck. It's coming down to the final burrito. Who will be victorious? But this burrito, as you're like coming up to it, you can see the heat coming off of this. The hot sauce is dripping from it. It is such a hot sauce that it is just like you can smell it as it's coming up to your face. Make me a final fortitude save.
All right, let's go.
But that doesn't matter. Your ex was worse than this burrito, and you finish it and win.
Gobbled him down the same way.
So true, Queen.
Your ex had a more pungent BO than this burrito, and you powered through it.
Somehow that was grosser than what I said.
So true, Queen.
You know, if we had a nickel for every time Abby's character had a terrible ex in a show,
We'd
on
have
this
2
channel,
nickels.
We'd have 2 nickels.
To be fair, I didn't make my last ex terrible. That was you.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's fair.
I also would have 2 nickels.
Uh-huh.
Let's pour one out for the
Bestie.
homie.
But yeah, Yucca is thoroughly impressed with your ability to eat burritos, Abby. Good job, Dee Dee.
Aren't we all?
There's only one thing left to do.
Do you need
Eat
a
another
bucket?
burrito.
Milk.
Nope, I don't.
All right. And yeah, you are stuffed. Let's jump down to Shy. Dee Dee, what is Dee Dee getting up to for the first little bit of the festival? Not Dee Dee,
I don't know.
Darla.
What is Dee Dee getting up to?
What is Darla getting up to for the first bit of the festival? I have to like
Dee Dee
separate
was
you
eating
two from my
burritos.
brain.
That's
Yeah.
okay. She's staring at the sun,
Just staring at the sun.
taking
A
it in.
queen.
Darla,
She's having a great
as
time.
as you're staring at the sun, I'll let McKenna roll it. Roll me a d4.
Okay. 1.
All right. As you're staring at the sun, a Gimbal kind of comes up to you. Miss Darla,
Uh-huh.
I reckon you're having a good time staring up at that sun there, but I was wondering if you would like to, at least for this little bit, enjoy some of the festival together.
Okay.
All right. Anything in particular you'd like to do? There's a number of like small game booths set up. There's the breakfast area, although I think Dee Dee cleared them out of breakfast burritos.
As she should. As she should.
Mhm.
If you'd like, I can
Uh,
take charge and find us something fun to do.
We can do some games.
All right, let's head on over to the games. I think you'll do excellent at the shooting gallery.
Yes.
All right, and they lead you on over towards the shooting gallery, where there's like a number of like these like basically BB pistols that are like
Sweet.
tied down to like that are like bolted into some wood, and there's just a guy on the side of it like cranking endlessly this like ongoing thing of like ducks and bears and like other like wooden carvings of animals that have targets on them. And as you two approach, the person running the stand, a young man with their hair sort of slicked back, step right up, shoot 5, win a prize, shoot 5, win a prize. That's right. Do you think you got the eyes to hit the target right in the spot? If you do, you'll win a stuffed animal of your choice from the top shelf. And there's like a whole bunch of like really nice like big stuffed animals that appear to be handmade. The most impressive of which is what appears to be a large-sized toad.
Darla pulls out her own gun.
Oh, man. Can't use your own gun for this. We gotta make sure the targets stay whole for everyone else who wants to play. Guns are provided down there.
She puts it back. Oh,
All right.
okay.
All right. So, Darla, you and Gimbal are going to start playing this game together. You got 5 shots, and just for this one, all you gotta do is make me some ranged attack rolls. Let's make sure that you actually have that on your sheet, though, before I say anything. Yes, you do, but it's not trained. It should be trained. Oh, it's just not. Sometimes, chat, roll 20. There you go. So if you click on your dagger for the range strike, do you want to use a hero point on the natural one, Chai?
Oh.
No, it's okay.
All right. It goes wide and it just like hits it. Oh, here. Well, maybe I'll have a little bit more luck. And Gimbal just fires and knocks down a thing. And that's 1-0, folks. 1-0. Who will win in this
Darla doesn't like that.
out contest?
Darla,
Darla
remember
doesn't
that.
like. Darla does not like that.
It's the Carney. Darla, take your second shot.
Oh.
I guess it really do be like that.
You have
It
Twitty's
do be.
curse, apparently.
It goes wide once again, but luckily your partner hits the target on the spot, so they're doing fine. Third one, Darla. Boom, you take it, you make a hit. All right.
There we go.
There you
Darla
go.
pulls out her gun.
Oh, no, Matt, like I said, we gotta keep the targets intact.
I don't trust your guns.
Our guns are calibrated fine. If we scanned folks at this game, Christine would come down on us like a bat out of hell.
It's true.
She's giving him a really dirty look. She does not like that.
Make me another dagger strike. Also, your Gimbal hits it, so they're at 3 as well. You got 2 more shots. Boom, that one hits as well, as does Gimbal's. So you're at 2, they're at 4, and make your last shot. And that one hits as well, so does Gimbal's. So, getting 3, that is enough to award you 1 festival point instead of 2 for getting 5. And in addition to that, you get a small stuffed animal of your choice between a bunny or, as I found out last Tuesday, a rodent, an armadillo.
I use intimidating glare.
As you do that, it's like the guy starts to look a little bit nervous. Make me an intimidation check as you just start glaring at this carny. 16.
Oof.
They start looking a little bit afraid of you, and Gimbal just kind of says, Darla, I got this. What big animal do you want from up there? There's the frog, there's the big old dog, there's the big old cat. Take your pick. I won one, so I'll let you have it.
Darla points to the cat. She's like, yeah, that
All right,
one.
we'll get you the big cat. And like this like big old cat animal comes down, and they hand
Like
it to
this?
you. Yeah, it's like a big chubby pepper that you could like use as a pillow.
Oh, a big chubby pepper.
It's like a big
Love.
a big pepper pillow.
So
that
regular
you could
pepper.
use as a pillow.
a regular
Love.
pepper.
And yeah, they just say, well, Miss Darla, I'm happy I could win this for you. And they just hand you the big stuffed animal.
Thank you.
No worries.
She's so unhappy right now.
She comes up here and begs specifically for this. I need you to know that she sits at the base of my chair and does not go away until I do this.
That's
So
baby.
for anyone who's like, wow, that McKenna is boosting her cat. Does this look like a cat who could like not squirm out of my grip if she wanted to? She could if she wanted to. She doesn't. She's purring.
I want the entire stream to know, back when this cat first moved in, I held her like that. And McKenna was like, don't hold her like that. And I said, McKenna, you don't understand. She won't shut the fuck up when I hold her like this. And she said, bullshit, let me try. And then she wouldn't shut up whenever McKenna started holding her like that.
Well,
that tail, goodness.
Cutie.
moving right along. Honey,
Kitty hours. Hi.
your first hour at the festival. What do you want to get up to?
I remember Sylvia mentioning that there were some fancy Corvangeline folks in town, if I'm not much mistaken. Are they around yet?
They were going to be coming to town with that. They're coming to town with the photo taken people. For the
Gotcha. So
For the
they're not
railroad.
in town yet.
They're not going to be in town for a while.
Fair. Well, there was someone coming into town for the festival.
Yes, there was a person coming to town for a festival. Do you want to look for them?
Yes.
All right. You see Sylvia with a young woman, a little bit
Oh.
older than Honey, maybe 2-3 years, and she has this sort of like light pink duster on. It's like a pastel pink duster.
Great.
And her general vibe is very pastel. Like she has this like pastel purple hair that she has tied up in like a nice pony that's behind her. She has like these like beautiful blush on her cheeks and like very much like
Aw.
pastel eyeshadows. Each of her like nails is like a different like pastel. It's like walking Easter.
Aw.
And she's just walking beside Sylvia.
Oh, good morning. Wow, look at you. Aren't you just pretty as a picture? That's amazing. Can I see those? I like want to look at her nails.
As you kind of like take her hand to look at her nails, make me a perception check.
That's a critical failure. Not one.
You kind of like fumble grabbing her hand.
Oh no.
And it's just like this like really awkward, you know, like the can I see those? And you like go to like take her hand to see the nails, but you like end up grabbing her wrist.
Oh no.
And
Oh no.
make me make me a medicine roll.
Oh god. That's a 7. I don't know what I add to this off the top of my head.
I think
That's
it's
an 8.
intelligence.
Her pulse is racing a little bit.
Oh my goodness. I'm
Oh, I'm
clumsy.
so sorry. Oh my goodness, no, I'm sorry. I should have warned you. It's a little bit of a quirk of mine that I don't necessarily. I'm not easy to get a hold of. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness.
And here I am just grabbing at people.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
even
I
knows.
should have I should have warned you. I'm so sorry. And she's like full on like she is beet red and blushing.
Oh, no.
No,
Understand. The
I'm
apology
sorry.
is all
No,
mine. Let me properly
Oh, boy.
introduce myself here. I am Honey Madeline.
Gay.
It's so nice to meet you. And she just like, you see her actually having to like look at your hand and like focus to actually be able to grab you. And she just kind of like shakes her hand. and then let's go. It's very nice to meet you, honey. Sylvia
I'm
just
sorry,
like,
I didn't get your name.
oh right. Oh, I'm so sorry. It is, and she just like stops for a second, and she's like, it's. And you see her like mouth getting like really dry, and Sylvia's just like, "Oh my
Poor girl.
goodness gracious!" Sylvia is just cringing this entire time. And Sylvia just like is waiting there. She's smiling. She's looking at Honey for like Honey's reaction to all this. Honey, what do you-
I make eye contact with Sylvia and just give her like a knowing like. Does this girl ever get her name out?
Yes.
Fantastic.
It takes
She
like
certainly try.
it takes a few minutes.
Oh wow.
It takes a few minutes, but she's just like, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sybil Buka.
What?
Sybil Buka. Ha
Oh,
ha ha. Oh wow. That is interesting.
okay.
Buca de Beppo.
Yeah.
For those of you who are new to this stream, Nimbus's mother's name was Sybil Cordelia. Sybil Cordelia Saint Altair. So this child having Gwendolyn's last name and Nim's mom's first name is we know where she came from. We know where this mess originated.
Gay.
It is genetic.
I'm sorry. Sylvia's just like, okay, Sybil, please, just calm down. And she's like, yes, sorry, I get a little bit flustered when meeting new people. My apologies.
New pretty women.
No, you are absolutely fine.
That's right.
Yeah. Sylvia was just telling me how some fancy folks were coming in from Cor Evangeline.
I'd hardly call myself fancy, Sylvia. And Sylvia's just like, no, Sybil, don't sell yourself short. You are on the cutting edge of magical research. I guess that's true.
And with a pretty getup like that, I'd call you fancy.
She blushes a little bit. Oh, thank you. My apologies. I completely lost my train of thought. But yes, I'm just in town visiting Sylvia. I have a few things to discuss with her about some of the research that she used to help me with back in the day, and we've made a few interesting developments. So I've just been chatting with her a bit.
Oh,
Gay little disasters.
fascinating.
Yeah,
Well, do tell if you don't mind backtracking.
How
I'm
many
a little.
props does Zoe have?
I actually have like a bit of. I work in a bit of a lab out in Cor Evangeline. If you're ever there, you should. And then she just like, as she says like visit, she just like and then blushes more.
Jesus Christ, this girl's a mess. Oh God. Oh God.
Sorry, that was a bit for I just like sharing research. It's a little bit easier at the lab. But no, we've been. Yeah, I've been working on. I guess the best way to put it is defenses. I've been working on a bit of.
Arts.
I've been working on a bit of a magical radar system that could stop, folks from hurting this continent from like far away.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like
It's-
how far?
Right now I have about 3 miles off the coast. I'm pretty happy with that.
That is impressive. Although it is a little concerning, do we have people that are aiming at us from that far away?
I mean, not necessarily, but the council likes to be safe and all of that, so it's just research that I'm helping out
Of course,
with.
the council.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. What a good Samaritan.
I mean, they pay me. It's not like I'm doing it for free.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. We love a woman in STEM.
Oh God. Every now and again, McKenna. Comedy gold.
Writing in my notes, Sybil Buka, pastel gay disaster.
That's literally
STEM icon.
That's literally what I have in my notes about the NPC for her, McKenna. We share a brain cell on that one.
Oh God. Well, how are you liking Gall Line so far? I'm sure
Oh, it's very
maybe
quaint.
not what you're used to. Quaint is a good word for it.
Yeah, it's quaint. It's very quaint. And Sylvia's just like, all right, well, if you'd like, honey, why don't you do me a favor? Can you show Sybil, over to... And you just see her, like, smiling at you. Alex stand and maybe, helps show some of the artifacts to her, with her. And she just kind of winks back at you.
All right, so we're looking at all of the artifacts?
Yes, let Alec know that this is the person that I mentioned.
Understood. Thank you very much. I will show you right over. You are going to adore Alec. He's got all sorts of fun tchotchkes and knickknacks and who's it, what's it. You never know what he's going to have in store.
Yeah, sure. Which way is the stand?
Oh, it's right over this way. I'll lead her over to the stand. I'm assuming I know where it is.
Yeah, it's just right down. It's like in the exhibition area. Just had to let my brain reset to say the word. Yeah, as you all get to Alec's stand, it is kind of empty. There's no big central piece like everyone kind of thought there might be. It's just a number of like small things. There's like this like weird stick that when he touches a button on it, it makes light. It's essentially like a glow stick. And there's like a couple of other like small magical tchotchkes that are like that. As you approach, Alec just says, "Oh, honey, good to see you."
Hi, good to see you too. This is Sybil Buka. She was that fancy researcher that Sylvie might have been telling you about.
Make me a perception check.
12 plus 6, that's an 18.
Upon seeing Sybil, Alec's color just drains from their face. Oh!
Oh, fun.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Buka. Here, give me a moment just to run back to my shop to collect the item, and I'll show you out here.
Oh, we could also.
Oh no, I will show you out here. And he runs off. And like 2 minutes pass.
Probably just doesn't want to show you. He's got this really lovely picture of his late wife. But I imagine he might be a little, embarrassed around newcomers. It's a very vulnerable subject.
Oh, that's a shame. I mean, I understand. I would be vulnerable if I found myself in a widowed thing. Thankfully for me, I've not actually, had to deal with something like that. It's not really something I've ever had time for. Anyway, Alec comes back at that moment.
She hasn't had time to be widowed. What a fun, interesting, bizarre comment she's just made.
Yeah. Alec comes back and they like open like a box and says, "All right, if you can just take a look at this." And he opens up the box and the orb is in the box. Sybil picks it up and begins inspecting and pondering the orb.
Orb.
There's a look on her face. She puts it back in the box and says, "Thank you, Alec. You can put this away." And he just kind of nods his head and runs it back into his house. Sybil's face goes like very business-like for a few moments, where there's like deep in thought, and then she kind of like, "Well, that was a very interesting artifact."
What do you think it does?
I unfortunately don't know off the top of my head what it would do. Sylvia wanted me to find out if it could be destroyed, but unfortunately I think that's a little bit above the capabilities that anyone has. Even my own lab wouldn't be able to destroy a magical item of that power.
Whoa. Can you read what it says too?
Unfortunately, primordial is not something that I know. Sylvia just
Fascinating. See,
Sylvia.
I'm
just
so backwater. I wouldn't even recognize what kind of language that is.
Yes, it's one of the most ancient languages ever spoken. It's spoken by elementals often. It's literally the primal forces that shape the planet in writing. It's very interesting.
Wow. I would have never
Nerd.
even guessed. Honey's looking at her like the sun shines out of her ass.
Honey, Honey, as your GM, what is Honey's goal for this flirtation? Is it true flirtation or is it deceptive flirtation?
She wants to find out more about what this thing is because Sylvia wouldn't tell her.
Okay, make me a deception check.
And to that end is willing to flirt. Granted, it's not hard to flirt with her. She's cute, but that's a 19 on the die face. I think I want to say that's a +6 deception. Fuck, I'm doing this from memory.
I believe in you.
Yeah, it's a 25.
A 25. She kind of blushes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you want to know?
No, I'm just this thing just fascinates me. I know absolutely nothing about it. But you're the expert, right?
I mean, it's a magical item stemming from the Reformation period by the looks of it.
Reformation?
Yes, the Reformation period. It was when there was a number of, at one point, the world was all one very large continent. And those continents broke apart. And it was during that period there was a bit of a fight between the gods over basically land and the different pantheons that existed on this world, and they pulled apart them, separating them so there was more even ground, and this stems from there. This is probably
so when you say this is like an ancient artifact, you truly mean like
it is
geriatric ancient.
It would essentially, it's probably directly related to the pantheon that oversaw this continent before before all the other gods were wiped out and the current pantheon took its place.
Huh. Fascinating. But we don't have any idea what it does?
I don't know. Like I said, Sylvia asked me to if I could destroy it, but also you get a festival fever point for that success.
Well, I'm sure if there's anyone who can figure out how to destroy it, it'll be you.
I will do my best. It'll be a project. I have a few other things to work on, but I will. Maybe I might have to come and see it again. And she kind of like looks at you when she says that.
Gay.
Fun.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you be. I feel like I've taken up so much of your time, and she just kind of wanders back to find Sylvia again.
Interesting. Does Alec ever come back?
Yes, Alec comes back, and like as they walk back, they just see them like breathing carefully.
Interesting. I just call him out on it. Mr. Wimble. Now, what has you so rattled and perturbed? I don't think I've seen quite that shade of gray on you all my life.
There was a brief recognition. I knew her, possibly. I may have run into her in the past. I get a little panicked.
He's lying.
No, he's not.
Uh-huh.
I get a little panicked when I see people that I might have known from Corvangeline.
Did you have a rough time in Corvangeline? You never really talk about it all that much.
It is where my wife was taken from me.
Oh, Alec, I am so sorry.
And also, all the truth. Yes, it's where I lost her, and she was a member of the upper crust, and those who frequent it may have known her, and as much as I love having her memory, sharing it with the people that drove her to her end is not something I wish to do.
Well, Sybil seems awful young.
Yes, but
Would she have known?
she wouldn't have, but she may have seen her as a child. They do a debutante ball for the youngins to basically be debuted. It's one of the few traditions from Lutania that was brought over.
Oh, I wish I could have been in a debutante ball. They seem so precious in all those dresses, so fancy. Abby's face. Honey doesn't know any better. She just sees all the finery and thinks, God damn it, those fucking rich people. I want those goddamn dresses. So, you're talking all about all these Corvangeline folks, and frankly, I'm a little bit on edge with them as well. But this is a joyful day, and I hate to bring something like this up, but may I ask what happened?
Make me a diplomacy check.
Can it be a deception as I'm feigning concern to get information?
Ooh.
Yes, it is going to. It is a very high DC for this.
Honesty is the best policy.
It's a 9. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Go for it.
15 plus 6.
You can't
that'll
use
be a
hero
21.
points with physical dice.
That's a 21. Come on, give me.
Honey, as much as I do not like talking about it, the council member that Miss Petra knows is a mutual, not acquaintance, but I would say nemesis for the two of us.
Mutual antagonist.
He led through his actions to my wife's passing from this world.
Good heavens. He really does seem like just... I don't like saying that people are just, inherently bad, but he really does seem like a bad actor.
And because he is now a council member, I get a little nervous around officials. It is why when things come to town, and I will tell you this now so you're not suspicious during the time, when the delegation has come to town, I'm going to leave Twitty in charge of the shop, and I'm going to be taking a long camping trip.
Oh, a little vacation. I think that is more than appropriate given the circumstances.
Yes.
Can I ask this councilman's name, just so I know when they come to town who I'm looking for? Between you and me, they were also the reason why all those cattle were running amok in the city.
You see Alec kind of taking a moment. Their name isn't what he liked to be referred to by. When I was dealing with them, they were known as the honor. Their honor.
The honor?
Their honor. They were a judge. My understanding now is that they're going by Chancellor.
Chancellor. They don't have an actual name?
They prefer to go by the title that he has had for themselves.
You will address me by my husband's rank.
God. Well,
I was thinking like Chancellor Palpatine, and I was like, ooh, that's not good.
Oh, Abby.
Chancellor, huh? I thought he was a councilman.
He is. That is why he's calling himself the Chancellor.
Wouldn't it just be councilman or council person?
He likes feeling important, I suppose.
Yeah,
That
that
name
I
reminds
did
me of
gather.
Glorax. The one sly.
Call him Counselor.
I will be calling him that. Thank you very much. But I'll write Chancellor in my notes because I'm gonna make sure they don't get any higher than that.
I mean, to be fair, that is like the height of political power on this continent.
You.
They are at the highest office. If you've watched Arcane, they're on like that council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rossindra's ex Alex Nemesis.
Yes, at the
Well,
time,
I
at
will
the time I was facing off with him, he was a judge, but he's moved up in the world.
Facing off?
Well, I tried to get justice for my wife.
These flags are getting redder and redder.
Crimson.
If you can manage it, I'm still a little unclear as to what he did.
I can't. I'm sorry, honey.
Of course. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get a grasp on what a horrible situation. Thank you, Alec. And I sort of take his hands and give him a little squeeze.
You see him kind of like disassociating.
Me.
Just like physically disassociating. Like the 1,000-yard stare for a few minutes, and then they let out a whistle and their familiar comes flying back to them. Would you mind keeping an eye on the stand for a while? Both me and Twitties? Thank you. And he just heads back inside to his house for a few moments. You see him pull up a chair basically right in front of the portrait and he just sits there staring for a little bit.
Oh, this poor sad man.
Make me a perception check.
That's an 11.
You can see his lips moving. It's like he's kind of like talking to either himself or to the portrait.
I don't know what he's saying, but I can't read lips yet. But now I will have a reason to learn. Honey gives him a little wave as she goes.
Matt, he gives you like a very weak wave back as you walk off.
Interesting.
Twitty. First section of the festival. What are you getting up to?
So actually, I was kind of gonna say that Twitty would be keeping an eye on the orb, looking through the stalls, seeing what everybody else is offering, but also kind of like, advertising their own wares.
Okay. As you're walking around, to the people, and like people are kind of looking around at your stuff. Make me a. I think this would be a diplomacy check to try to drum up sort of customers or a merchant lore if you have it. Diplomacy? Nice. Yeah.
If I have merchant lore, I don't think I put it in.
We'll have to check later, but
Okay.
for now, that 20 in diplomacy is good. What do you say?
Okay.
How do you drum up your business?
I would be up. There's a stage, right?
Yeah, there's a big old stage. There is like a bit of an act going on in the first section, but you could wait till after if you wanted.
Okay, yeah, no, like Twitty would put on a commercial in between like acts
Okay.
and talk about their stall and all the amazing things that they have going on. Um, you have just got to try my patented snake oil. It is my own invention, my own concoction. It will make anything good for you, okay? Anything. A helpful little snake will come your way and solve all your troubles.
Oh God.
And then would talk about a couple of the other little potions that they have and probably the fact that they have one big item for sale. And there is only one of it. But that is a surprise, a mysterious surprise.
How many rocks you want for it?
Yeah.
What kind of rocks?
She's serious, Twitty.
You definitely drum up a good amount of interest. You'll get a festival fever point as people start heading to the stands to take a look at stuff. As you're heading off the stage, the second act is beginning. And this one is one of Deputy Slim's stories.
Oh my gosh.
Do you stick around for it, or do you head off?
I mean, well, Alec, what is Alex? What is his helper?
Alex Familiar, it's just his familiar.
Right, his familiar is running the
his
stalls
familiar's-
right now, right?
His familiar's
So,
keeping an eye on stuff while you're gone.
yeah, I would definitely stick around.
Right. The deputy kind of steps up in their duster, and he says, "Gather around, folks. For now it is time for me to tell you the tale of the Scaled King. The one that led our folks to the mines to the east, promising riches beyond all compare." And then, like, people start, like, gathering around. When this town was founded long ago by a group of Desnan traveling priests on a pilgrimage to this land on behalf of their avatar, of their goddess. They came across this valley and decided to settle here for the evening.
This valley? This one.
This valley right here. In the valley of Caden's Cup, did they rest and did they find an interesting surprise awaiting for them in the morning. A glorious creature covered in gold was waiting for them in gold as they woke up. And as they woke up, the creature spoke and said, "Please follow me. My friends are in danger, and I need your aid. If you are able to help, I will leave you with something beyond your wishes of wealth that you could ever need." And these Desnans, being Desnans, were kind and virtuous, so they followed the creature for a few days to a large, and he points into the distance where you can see, because it's just flat, the rock formation of the basically like large, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a big rock that has like a flat top, plateau.
A mountain.
Plateau.
Yeah, of
Mesa.
the big mesa plateau that you can see in the distance from the town. Either way. And they led them there, where they went into the mines that this creature had dug by their own hands, and they were found gold. And in exchange for this gold, this creature had them help move some rocks that had fallen, blocking their friends in. And more of them came out. And ever since that day, the Scaled King and his golden posse kept an eye on this town and the mines around. and a whole bunch of people start like clapping.
That was okay.
If you want, you can.
There's a joke to be made here about Golden Posse.
If you want, you can make
McKenna.
a esoteric lore check to try to identify the creature. 23. That was probably a kobold.
Oh.
Just a little guy. Just a little guy.
It was probably a
Little
kobold.
guy.
It was probably a kobold that was like making their home in in those mines.
I'm just a little guy, and it's my birthday.
And yeah, kobolds, you know, were known at one point for leading people to riches in mines. Fun fact: that is an actual like real life folklore thing about kobolds.
Pioneers used to ride this baby for miles.
But yeah,
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's cool.
It's not
It's-
just any lizard.
it's like
It's
a,
unfortunate. It's unfortunate that their name was lost to history and they didn't, get any credit. But
He.
they are the scaled king. That's the sort of cryptid name for this creature.
Sorry.
But yeah. Moving right along, Lorgar.
speaking of a scaled king,
Yeah, speaking of scaled kings,
You're too kind. You're too kind.
Slay. Lorgar, what are you going to do?
Well,
Lorgar-
Pride Month.
Lorgar has been scoping out all the various attractions and stuff at this festival
Mhm.
because Lorgar has very specific goals.
Mhm.
He is not looking to like engage with people. He scoffs at games. He's looking for free food and any chance he could maybe win some magic items or money.
So
Well,
Yeah,
true,
this
buddy.
is RuPaul's best friend race.
There is you know, magical items on sale, but there's also more importantly that pair of magical boots to be won.
Boots?
At the end
Boots
of
the
the
house
night.
down?
Boots the house down.
In addition to that, can you make me just like a perception check for when you're walking around?
I'm glad to do my first roll within 5 minutes of us ending.
I'm sorry, Matt.
No, I'm glad I got to do one at all. And I'm gonna use no, that's a 9. I'm gonna do a hero point.
do it for the vine.
Yeah.
Nice.
21.
That's a success.
Not a vibe.
As you are walking by basically the cornhole field,
That
you
sounds
see Balti, just kicking butt. However, you notice like it looks like one of their bags is going to miss, and then you notice like the lizard stick out its tongue, and then the bag kind of curves and like the gust of wind just hits it just right to land into the hole. Yeah.
Well, that is a thing that happened.
That's the thing that happened. Otherwise, there's a lot of free food. There is what appears to be like this like half orc who's not related to Yucca that has like a stall of food on their own, but it just has like this like big pot that you can. It smells really good. Like it's like oil, just like boiling oil, and you see them like basically taking this like thing and they're like squeezing a bottle into the oil and then pulling out this like battered thing.
Huh.
Are you Lorgar, right? Lorgar. Hey.
Howdy.
Funnel cake. It's an orcish delicacy.
I mean, I understand the intent behind, but I do not understand either of those words, but I will accept the free food. Thank you.
All right, here. Let me get you a little powdered sugar on that. There you go. And you just this orc just hands you a funnel cake.
Nice.
Lorgar in 20 sessions will get cavities.
This is the first time we've seen. This is the first time I've gotten to describe an orc in this world. Little ram horns on the top of their head.
Cute.
And yeah. Yep. Enjoy the funnel cake.
I will do my best. Thank you kindly.
All right. You just see them making more funnel cakes, serving more people
All right.
funnel cakes. What specifically are you looking for, Lorgar? You looking for free food? You found the free food.
I'm looking for any game, I suppose, though turns up his long snout at games, so to speak. But anything that has a reward that might actually be something useful, like he has no interest in like a I don't know, like a fuzzy bear that changes colors or something. That's not useful. Like if there's any more like if there's like a magic bag or something that can hold and carry stuff. Lorgar is mentally lashing himself to stay very practical. Or just in his most cynical little lizard heart, anything he thinks would be good to resell later.
Lorgar, as you're walking through the stalls, you see one particular stand. A young man sort of like weaving together something or other, but as you're looking at it, you can see that it appears that they're selling these like open-toed sort of shoe that has like a thin plant layer protecting your feet from the ground of the hot desert. Handmade sandals, basically.
Sandals, okay.
Yeah,
Sandals.
Handmade sandals.
Like Crocs.
No.
That's what I thought you were describing, so I'm like,
Wait.
I'm not sure how to respond
Wait.
to this.
It's an
Did we
open-toed.
get?
Crocs
is this
are
another-
Crocs are not open-toed.
Am I hearing
They
sandal
got
cowboy
holes in 'em.
boots?
Crocs are
Sandal
not
cowboy
open-toed.
boots.
Look at this.
So a cowboy boot that looks like it's made of Swiss cheese.
No, not a cowboy boot. It's like just a standard sandal. Like, they're basically making like hand-weave sandals.
Well, Lorgar is much too fond of feeling the earth through his bare feet, so
Fair enough.
as he steps on a sharp rock, ow, ow.
Nope. No Crocs on these Crocs.
My rocks.
I got rocks in my
Jesus.
Crocs.
Darla, how long you been standing there? You looking at the sun again?
Yeah. Ain't she
Sometimes.
beautiful?
Is it any different from yesterday?
Little bit.
How are your eyes?
They're fine, I think.
How many claws am I holding up?
Less than 8.
I mean, that is technically correct.
Oh,
Yep.
she knows her numbers.
She knows numbers.
I know if it's less than 8, it's not a lot. If it's more than 8, it's a lot.
I mean, that entirely depends on the context. Less than 8 pebbles, no, not a big deal. Less than 8 dragons, that's concerning still.
Okay.
If you see any dragons flying in out of the sun, you holler, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Fantastic.
As the morning begins to heat up and it gets into like the area right before lunch,
I knew.
as we begin to reach high noon, we are going to say thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. Like on Friday, The Astral Calling. Like on Saturday, Salt and Strategy as we place the Lostis some more. Like on Monday, the Strength of Thousands AP. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm going to get a raid ready, but otherwise we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Y'all come back now, you hear?